Hello there and welcome to today's video, and yes, it's another Halloween themed tutorial. It's my last actually for this year, and it's in the form of a little cute Halloween bat with a pumpkin head, and I think he might well be my favourite this year, so let's go see how I made him. So I firstly need to start with the pumpkin head, and mine's actually a colour graduation between orange and reds, and I recently made a colour graduation for a video on pasta machines, which I'll link to below, but of course an orange pumpkin would work brilliantly too. So I'm just going to start by working out where I want the eyes to go on the best parts of the graduation, and once I'm happy with that, I'll plot out 2 anchor points, and this will essentially allow me a central point for where I want my needle tool to go, really, as I go around like so. And these are fairly deep marks. And every now and again I'm going to rest my pumpkin because nobody likes warm polymer clay, do they? And once it's cool, I'm going to go around and create a load of shallower lines. And of course you don't need to do this. It's just a technique that I like to do on my pumpkins, really. So I'm not sure why, but this bit went blurry, but it's essentially me adding some eyes to my pumpkin. And I've gone for a pink nose and some yellow cheeks, just to add a bit of contrast, really. Really makes it zing, I think, doesn't it? So I'm going to start on his body now. So I've got just a very basic body shape, and I'm going to go around and create a load of texture on this to really give an impression of fur, really. You know, bats are quite furry creatures when you look up close, so I'll just keep going with my needle tool. So I want to make him a couple of wings to make him look a lot more like a bat, so I'm using some fondant cutter tools here. I'm just going to go around first to make sure that they're nice and clean. And for the detail, I'll use my smaller cutter here, like so. Just copying the first one, essentially, so that they look pretty similar once they're done. And I need to take the ends off, like so. And I'm cutting just at an angle, actually, so that they'll secure better to the body. But firstly, I'm going to add just a little bit of detail, so I'm going in very lightly with this cutter just to add some lines to the wings. And I'll pop in some craft wire, a tiny amount of liquid Fimo, just to ensure that it secures well during baking. And I'll pop on his little pumpkin head. And now I can secure the wings to the back, like so. Pressing in pretty firmly. As a tip, I'd ensure that your wings are quite small, actually, just so that they don't fall off during or after baking. So I'm just going to really try and tease that together. Just use my fingers as well. And now I need to make him some feet, so I'm making them really simple, actually, just adding a tiny bit of detail in with my needle tool here, and attach those like so. Just really trying to press those in. And now I'll make him some ears, so just going to use my cutter tool here, just so they're curved at the bottom, really, so that they'll attach onto the pumpkin quite well. And lastly, I'm just going to add a little top to the pumpkin, like so. And just some final touches, and now my Halloween bat is all ready to bake. And at this point, you'll need to refer to your own brand of polymer clay's baking instructions. And here he is, all done. really pleased with this one. I love how the orange and red pop against the black. I hope you enjoyed that, and I've hoped you enjoyed all the Halloween tutorials this year because they've been a complete delight to make, so I'm looking forward to making some more next year. Let me know if you make them. I'd love to see them actually, so by all means tag me on Instagram or Twitter at Disarray. So all that's left to say is have a lovely Halloween. Take care. Bye bye.